promise you will be absolutely flabbergasted that you could drive somewhere within a 2-hour radius of where you live that is so beautiful and so different from where you live. And if you're not a native Texan, if you're from the northern states or from the eastern states, chances are you're going to tell me that this reminds you of home. We're sitting right here at the northwest corner of the East Texas Piney Woods. We've got a beautiful little lake. Certainly there are bigger lakes around. There's a bigger lake right next to us, Bob Sandlin, but Lake Cypress Springs is the jewel. There's no doubt about it.
One of the great things about Lake Cypress Springs in this area, it was completely cleaned out, virtually cleaned out, before they filled it with water. So there's no stumps, trees, it's all accessible, it's all open for skiing. As compared to Bob Sandlin, which they're just two different kinds of lakes. Bob Sandlin was not cleaned out, had all the brush, cover, trees, is a better fishing lake than Cypress Springs, but Cypress Springs has always been a recreational lake and has held its own, and that's what it's been known for.
It's just the proximity to Dallas, and of course, you know, it's been rated as the #1 lake by D Magazine a couple of different times. Another thing that we've seen over the years as well is people will come out, they'll buy a home or build a home, and then, you know, they have children in school, and then the next thing you know, they come by and say, oh, by the way, we're moving to Lake Cypress. Our kids are going to go to school in Mount Vernon. So over the years, that's happened as well, is that, you know, they came out thinking it would be a weekend home and then wind up that it's their home to raise a family.
When you buy a piece of property here, you're buying the remainder of a 99-year lease from when that development started. Most of them started in the early 70s. And you can add years onto that. The Water District will add more onto that for a fee, but they won't add it until the year 2071. It gives the lake a policing authority. So you're not going to live in a $500,000 house or $1 million house and somebody move in next door to you in a school bus, which is what you see on a lot of other lakes. So that's the main thing. The other thing is a lot of people that come out here say, oh, this looks just like where we moved from in Minnesota or Wisconsin or up north where there's pine trees, rolling hills. This is the first area you come to out of Dallas that's pine trees and rolling hills and sand. The leasehold situation is probably the most important thing that they did on this lake, simply because it remains nice to this day, and the way they set it up, and the Franklin County Water District has always done a good job. People look at it sometimes as being a burden to have all the rules and regulations and restrictions, but that's the very reason why the house is going to be worth more probably when they sell it than it was when they bought it.
As realtors, we have very little to apologize for as we take people around the lake area, not just the waterfront itself, but the whole area around this lake. I believe that it has served this lake very well. When people can come out and spend, where they're going to spend $250,000 or $2,500,000, they can rest assured that nobody's going to do something stupid that will negatively impact their property.
People ask me, when are you going on vacation? Hey, I'm on vacation every day. In our early years, before we came here and I had the dealership, we've won many contests and we've been to many places. So I wouldn't go back to Hawaii if you paid me. You know, you get island fever there. You get stuck there, you can't go anywhere. But here, you've got access to Longview, Tyler, Dallas. None of it's very far, and it's made a lot of friends here, and that's true of other people who bought too. They become close friends in many cases with their neighbors and so forth. I bet it's happened here, and it's been a joy.